All right.
Hello,
now
Mr.
trying
Hugh here,
to
and we're going to
make
have a
some
game of
things.
blocks
So we'll
away
say
from the
while
bottom. And this is our starter code where we clear out the world,
MC
and we have just a starting block of glowstone. Now, the first thing we need to do is, in our while true loop, we need to pull block hits so we can keep track and try to get rid of some of the blocks, because our goal is to knock out these glowstone and make our opponent fall through the floor. And so for block blocks hit.
So for each block,
what we're going to do is
what do we want to do?
First off,
we probably want to find the position and get the number of block on it. So
we
let's say position equals block
dot POS
position, and then we'll try to get the block.
So now that we have the position, what we need to do is get the block ID at that position. So we're going to do MC.getBlock at the position. And now we have the block ID. So if that block ID is glowstone, then we want the block to disappear. So we'll do if block ID equals 89, because that's our glowstone. Then MC.setBlock at that position.
We want to set it to
and then we turn it to 0, so that comma 0.
Alright. So now if we run that real quick.
If we run this should work.
Where
we can hit. Remember, we're using our sword, and we have to hit with our right click. And when I'm clicking around with my right,
I'll run this again.
The block should be going away. And that worked. So that's good so far.
Alright,
so now,
there he is. Okay.
We have my son coming in.
The goal is to knock the other person down, so try to get me.
Things should work for him as well.
What are you doing?
Now he doesn't have his sword out right now, so I can see that he couldn't do it anyway. And now I see his sword's out.
Alright.
And now he got knocked off, so that's the goal, is to knock him off.
So
now I win because he fell off. Wonderful. That's how we play the game.
Now we have to look at
Alright, so now we want to make sure we can say who wins, who loses, things like that.
Let's look at both of these.
Make it a more legitimate game. So there's a few things we need to do. First thing we need to do is we need to figure out who's in the game. So we have to get the different players. So players equals MC.get player entity IDs. Alright, so we get those entity IDs. And so we can print the players just to see if it's working. And then we run it.
Alright, that's exactly
and then
what we
you can
want.
see at the bottom of the screen the entities that are there. And so that's working. We see that we have people. And so that we only have 2 people, me and my son. So player 1 equals players. And I will index the 0, because that's going to be the first person. And player 2 is players index 1, which is the second person. So now
let's print.
We have the first person and the second person. So now we can print players
1 dot position dot y.
Now that
so what I think this should do is print the y position player 1. Player 1 does not have
I should just erase that. That's
player 1 does not have a position.
That's not what we need.
That is correct.
We'll get rid of that. So what we need to do is get the position.
What we need to do is we need to get
people, each of the entities in our game.
So
in order to get the position, we have to do MC.getPlayerPosition, and inside have the entity. So let's call it player 1 position
equals
and say MC
that entity
get
position. And that entity is
and then in the parentheses, we have to say player 1. And now we'll do the same thing with player 2 position to find the player 2 position. MC.entity get position. And in the parentheses, we'll say player 2. Alright. And now let's just print these out just to make sure that they're working. I don't like going too far in my code before I check to see that it actually does what I want it to do. Part of writing code is making mistakes, so we need to see what mistakes we make.
Now if I move around, these positions
and when we have
change,
that,
and if my son moves around, his positions change.
Mine position changing.
So now we have the positions
the other entity, my son's
player 1 and player 2.
So
now
we can see that that's working. That's what we want it to happen. So we can get rid of that print statement. We don't need it anymore.
Player
now, if that player position of player 1, if we look at just the y values, so say dot y, if that's less than 3, because it was always at 3. If it goes less than 3, that means that that other person is fallen. So if it's less than 3, then we can say that one person is won, one person lost. So MC dot post to chat, and then we'll say player 2 wins.
Player 2 wins.
Alright, and so if that, we're going to do the same exact thing, but for the other player. So just go through, type the same thing, change your 1s and 2s around.
Dot y is less than 3. MC dot post to chat.
Alright, now we have that, and now we'll have player 1 win.
Alright, now let's play.
We've got to go see if we can.
Alright, you ready, Oscar?
So I'll run
Here we go.
I'll hit some blocks.
Are you floating?
Yes.
Oh, come on, bud. This is an actual thing.
See if I can knock him off. Oh,
alright.
Down, and it's saying player 1 wins. Perfect.
So now what we want to do after each of these.
I don't want it to just keep saying player 1 wins. I'm real proud of myself for winning, but what we should do after it wins, we should say break afterwards. So after the win, it breaks.
So you ready to play again, Oscar?
Yeah.
Run it again.
Alright, let's get on up.
And so, it said player 1 wins. Oh.
So now
you can see him popping up his head. Now, really interesting things happening.
Alright, we just noticed.
It took me a little bit to figure out what's going on here. And I had to go in
he goes underneath.
Every time I ran it, he fell beneath the glowstone. Because every time I cleared the world before it started, and it caused a problem. So I would just do a hashtag before we clear the world to prevent our opponent from falling to the floor each time. So now when I run it, he falls right to the floor, just like we want him to. And now I can go on the attack and see if I can beat my son. Of course I will beat him. There's no way he can beat me. No way. I guess there is a way. Alright. So that's what happens when you lose.